what I tell the kids is never lose your aloha. If somebody comes to you and give you a hard time, and they're talking crap about you, don't start talking crap about them because now you're just like them. Just understand God is showing you who they are right now. Just aloha them from a distance. When you see them, say hi. No need to hang with them. No need to eat lunch. Just aloha them because why? They like steal your aloha. For me, nobody can steal my aloha because I know where it comes from, so I hold on. But I got to teach the kids, so I need to be the example of that aloha.
Welcome to Richard Ha's YouTube channel, which looks at what we can do today to make Hawaii Island a more sustainable place to live, so our children and grandchildren and their grandchildren won't be priced out of here and will be able to stay in Hawaii and live good lives here. Today we're talking with Keith Nehls, also known as Bruddah Skibs. Richard, do you realize we wrote about Skibs on your blog back in, I think it was 2003 or something like that, decades ago. Old school.
Oh, right.
It's a long time ago.
It's been a long time, yeah. He's been doing this a long time, yeah.
Yeah, it's great. Not only has he been doing this forever, but it's amazing that it's still going so strong. So Skibs, you started sort of a movement. It started at Honoli'i, I think, which is a surf spot in a park. And the park there was just overgrown, full of rubbish. Nobody was taking care of it back in the day. Tell us about what you did and how that all got started. And also, I understand there was just a milestone anniversary to that project.
Yeah, it was on 21 years this past Friday when we started.
That's
but
amazing.
How it all started was, I was born in Denver, Colorado, and my mom is the only girl out of 8 children. And my mom passed away when I was 3 years old, and we were living in Denver. So we moved back on the Big Island with my mom's parents because at that time was hard for my dad because he was only 25 at the time and 3 children, right? So we moved back. Then I learned all this through my grandfather. By every time we would go to the beach or Union Hall or any place you would go, he always used to say, you got to make sure that you give before you take, before you gather. So you give thanks, you aloha people. If you see rubbish, pick them up. If something dirty, clean. But at that time, we young, let's like play, go, right? But we never understand. But each time that we would go to these places, it was always clean. And we'd visit our family in Kalapana and all these other places in Kau. And all I noticed was all the family's houses was clean, because everybody had that theory of you get up in the morning, you give before you take and all these things. So as I was growing up and I started surfing at Honol'i, then I had children. Then what happened is, and I went back surfing again, I think it was in the 90s. And I started watching, everybody that goes down to Honol'i. And what I seen was people wasn't giving back like how we were taught, old school. I just noticed people were just taking, surfing, taking wood, taking rocks. Nobody's cleaning anything. I could see the place depleting, meaning like used to have shingle roof on the bathroom. They ripped all that roof off. They used it for firewood. We used to have electricity down there. They ripped out all the wires. They used to party on the weekends, use the bathroom right on the walkways and everything. So that's when it resonated in my heart again about what my grandfather says. He says, you got to learn how to give before you take. But what I realized, there's no one teaching that, right? So since the kuleana was passed down to me, I realized that, hey, I want to start doing this because if we don't do this, we're going to lose these places. So what happened is in 2003, we said a prayer. We got some surfers, non-surfers together, and we started cleaning Honol'i, thinking that it was owned by the county. So after 6 months, we went and seen Harry Kim. He was super excited, but he said, Skibs, we don't own Honol'i. I go, what? You guys clean them? He go, no, Bishop Estate own them. So we waited a month later. He had to get a meeting. They came from Oahu. We met, and then they started asking me what I'm doing down there. And I told them I wanted to build a living classroom. And they said, what do you mean living classroom? I said, I want to educate the kids by example, like how I was taught by my grandfather, is we're going to give before we surf. And we're going to start cleaning this place up because we like teach about culture. We like teach about coexist. And we're getting ready because in perfect timing because, look at now, after 21 years, how much people moved to the Big Island from afar, but they have no education about culture, about locals, about all these things.
It was owned by Bishop Estate Kamehameha Schools.
Yes, exactly. They told me, they said, we're glad you're doing what you're doing because they was going to sell them because nobody took care of it. And I could understand, I seen it, but I was going like, wow, you sell this is all jam. This is only really one of the surf spots that we have that have consistent waves. So by doing what we did, I thank God that we did it because by doing it, they said, Skibs, we'll give it to you for $1 as long as you're going to take care of it and teach Hawaiian culture and what you're doing. And I said, you sure now? But they said, yeah. But I said, go, I don't like handle the liability, so give it to the county. My nonprofit, the county and you together, we can do this. And they said yes. So that's how we got back Honoli'i. That's when we decided we got to start building these cleanup buoys at every beach park to get the communities there. Because if we there and we're showing presence with aloha, how you, good morning, but they always see locals cleaning, they tend to come and we can educate them. They see us every week. They're understanding that we're not going to leave. And all they've seen is that we're cleaning. And what we're doing is cutting down old trees, taking on invasive, and just sharing, but all free. No one pays us. The volunteers, when we started, it's all about giving. But Harry hired me 5 years ago to run the project down Puhiki. So it took me 3.5 years to just be there with volunteers, doing what we do, and graduate the community, talking to community, and people started seeing and they started coming and they started asking. And that's how we formed Puhiki Hui now. So we have about 15 solid local people that live down there, all different nationalities that come down, and we're there every weekend and during the week to show presence and to malama the place. So what's happened now at Puhiki now, we don't have those negative things because we're showing presence. Yeah.
That's great.
And then when Hakalau came about, that was privately owned, and Harry knew what we did, give us a blessing to go Hakalau. So we built a beautiful park down there, the community, but they shut it down because of the lead paint with the bridges, so we're just waiting for something to happen because they said they want to reopen it and we hope they do. We just adopted Kole Kole. So it's really important to have positive places for our community, So that's what we're doing, is just building positive places and sharing culture and aloha and respect. So we have a good friend that he's been with me 17 years, helping me with all the parks. His name is Quentin Butts. He's from Honolulu and he's Ohana. And so, but I'll be there every Friday. And then I'm at Puhiki every other Saturday because I'm going back to Honolulu every other Saturday to do my teaching down there now since we established Puhiki. Because when you talk to people and you say, this is what we're doing, they're looking at you, what? But when you show them the videos and what you're doing, they're going like, nowhere. So that's what it really is. It's just leading by example, doing the right thing and not worrying about what anybody says. Just keep on looking forward.
What Skibs is saying is the same kind of way I grew up. So you get these values and it was just, ingrained. And it mainly was, it's not what you say, it's what you do. You can come out and just say all kinds of stuff, but talk is talk. What do you actually do? Now you go back to Skibs. He's not only talking. Now that I'm retired, I can look back and do the stuff that I enjoy doing, which is like what Skibs is doing. I mean, the Skibs is a happy guy. Make you happy mentally, mental health wise is great. Do this kind of stuff. And you know what is really significant to me? I just posted on my Facebook page a picture of the globe and the Pacific Ocean. It's like nobody lives in the Pacific Ocean the way this picture was shown. Oh, I'm sorry. There's us. And what it is that we can share with the world is reciprocity. Exactly what Skibs is talking. That's what the world needs, because we're getting so tied up into all this economics and, debt and how you're going to pay them back and this and that. And it gets so complex. We're losing sight of what's really the important thing.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's about teaching the younger ones that are coming up after us, isn't it?
Yeah. Skibs and we're both looking at trying to figure out what can we do for future generations. Yeah. So when I think in terms of next generation's farming, because I know farming, yeah, how can we make farming so that kids can look at it and say it's an honorable profession? Because what can be more honorable than feeding your people? But the kids are, the kids have the reputation of being lazy and they don't want to do this. They're stuck with their computers, this and that. I don't think so. I think the kids are smart. They look at this. Wow, I'm not going to make money. It's not sustainable. What the hell? I'm not going to do this. But if you were to give them a way that they could actually, the pluses exceed the minuses, and then they can start looking down the road that this is an honorable profession. Now, all of a sudden, you've got a way of moving the whole society in that direction. So that's why I spend all my time trying to figure out a system that will work for farmers, because then their kids can see, hey, wow,
Yeah. And you are both sort of dealing with the same kids, because Skibs, you're organizing kids and teenagers to help take care of the land. Richard, you're hoping to find a way to, show some of them that they can achieve and make a living and support a family farming. How do you teach kids and teenagers to malama the land? What exactly are you doing with them?
Well, what I do is, my grandfather always taught me, like Richard was just saying, you got to lead by example. Because in 1990, we did it, the Hui of Honoli'i. We cleaned it up, had a lot of trees, guava. We did a great job. But after that, what happened? We didn't go back and clean it. We was only talking, watching surf movies, trying to make money for buy boards, but nobody went back and clean it. So my grandfather told me, hey, you're going to go back this time. You better make sure quick, because the weeds going to always win. My grandfather was an example where he would say things, but he would do them. So that's how I learned, right? Because most people, like Richard said, they're telling you all their dreams and everything they like you do, but they're not doing nothing. The actions is what speaks louder than words, is your actions. So by me being there, no matter what, nobody come, I go up. I'm not by myself. I'm with the spirit, the law of spirit. I'm happy. I just clean. drawing. I do on 10 by 10 or on 20 by 20. If somebody come down and piss me off and say, oh, bro, you stupid, you doing, nobody helping you. Hey, whatever, watch this. I'm going to do 20 by 20. You know what I mean? So instead of taking the negative and turning it into a negative, say something negative, I'll make a positive because I knew already this is how you're going to change things because they're trying to break you. Why? Because they can't do it. They can't see you cleaning and they're there and they're not cleaning. So they make like you're the bad guy. But we get to understand it. Then no, we understand it's you. But see, what I tell the kids is never lose your aloha. So like what we do, we teach about prejudice. So I said, you guys, you got to remember, no more such thing. No, don't be prejudiced. Because when I was growing up, my name when I moved to Hawaii was half-breed because my family is Hawaiian, right? So I get my father is German, Indian, Spanish, Dutch, Mexican. So they call me half-breed. So I said, Papa, how come they always calling me half-breed? He said, they don't understand because you look at us and you look you little bit different from the family. But people don't understand. We all come from God. We're just different color outside. Inside, we all same. With that is how you can bring unity. With that is how you going to move mountains because not one nationality get the gold key. Everybody get one key to open this lock of aloha. So that's how I learned this. That's how I do it. And I never lost. I never will because I fight with truth. I don't only fight with you, up and up. But if you hit me, be ready, but don't need, just tell them the truth. I love you. I'm telling the truth. You like that? That's okay. And we just keep on walking. And that's how we win with aloha, not with anger, with fighting. And you got to have facts. You got to have proof. You cannot walk into a courtroom or a place with people and you don't have what you need to say. They'll eat you up. So when I go places, you want to talk to me? Let's do it because I want to teach them something. 21 years of going through it, all this negative, that's what made me strong. That's what making the next generation strong. A lot of the kids we mentor, they're doing really well. Some of them are professional surfers, doing really good. They got jobs. They went to college. They're back home working at the fire department now. It's just guiding them those skills. Like Richard said, my grandfather told me things. My auntie told me things. Those little gems that I keep in my heart because my grandfather taught me this. He said, now, boy, remember, learn to listen so you can understand what they're saying. And when they talk to you, look at them in the eye so they know that you're communicating with them. So all those things that were taught, I never use it at the beginning, but when I hit rock bottom and the ground was getting shaky, so all of a sudden, I remember those things they said. And I started going back to that. So I'm glad that they guided me to where I needed to be. And that's all we want to do with the youth is just guide them, give them those gems. When they're ready, they will know. Because we don't force anybody to do what we're doing because no one forced us. Who wants to do something if you're forced? We make it fun and enjoyment because we go to Honoli'i, all we come together, we say on puli, we start working. So we give it now. We're going to give before we gather and take. After that, the kids all go surf. I go get my camera, take picture, a little bit video, what they did, put them on Living in Paradise. They're happy. Wow, I'm going to be on TV. Yeah, because you're doing good things. And then from there, we build our hui. And then we start being at the park with community twice a month. So we have presence. And now we have say because we are the people that taking care, we gather and take. After that, the kids all go surf. I go get my camera, take picture, a little bit video, what they did, put them on Living in Paradise. They're happy. Wow, I'm going to be on TV. Yeah, because you're doing good things. But we don't tell the kids do that for you be on TV. No, if you come and you want to do this. And then from there, we build our hui. And then we start being at the park with community on, twice a week, twice a month. So we have presence. And now we have say because we are the people that taking care. We are the people that aloha in everybody, which no more in the parks, right? No more. So that's what we're doing is bringing the community to make sure that the aloha will always be there. But like we just said, you better make sure you're the example of that law because if not, they're going to see that you're not real. And we save in accounting millions of dollars. They say, but we have money. No, that's not you have money. That money you can use for other places that need that money. But as we expand and we start sharing it, we start going into different parks around the island and share the same thing we're doing, you can see how much aloha going to be at the parks, how much more better the parks going to be if they want to do it. That's the key. It's just finding the leaders.
I hear you talking about what you learned from your grandfather and Richard, what you learned from your dad. You guys are really good examples of taking those learnings and all the people you've influenced. And, these are the kids that'll grow up and take those lessons and spread them further. How many parks around the island do you think you guys are involved in?
Okay, we were involved with Honoli'i. Then we helped Waiuli and Kyoka establish theirs. So I taught them about it. We co-sponsored them for a couple of years. From Waiuli, we went down to Hakalau. We built a beautiful park down there. Then they shut it down because of the bridge with the lead poisoning. So we waited. They're talking about it for years that they're going to reopen. We have all the volunteers waiting to come back and do that one. And then, like I said, we just went back down to Puhiki, so we have Puhiki now. So we have Honoli'i, Waiuli is running theirs. We got Puhiki. We just adopted Kole Kole, and we just waiting for Hakalau reopen. So my goal now is to reach out to the community in the county to go to different locations around the island with parks and have us share what we're doing and see if this would work for them. And I think it would. You just need to show them, you know?
Yeah, that's wonderful.
It's not about money. Money helps, but if you're looking at money, you'll never get this job done. Oh, I'm going to take money. I'm going to need this. No. All you need is you and your two hands and your feet. Let's go. You know, so we don't look at money because that's what cripples a lot of people. Like they have nonprofits. I see them, they come in, they're like doing project with us because they get this nonprofit. But as soon as the nonprofit run out, they're gone. The weeds all growing back. You know what I mean? So like us, we never had money doing what we're doing. So the weeds are always going to be down. You see, that's the difference. You know, they're doing it for money. For us, we're doing it for love of what we were taught Hawaiian culture was. We give, thank you, for all that we have, our land, our rivers, everything. So that's what I mean, Richard, we're out there trying our best to teach our youth and community of aloha that were taught back then when everything was good. Still is good, but let's make it better. That's all. One park at a time.
That's great. Richard, you mentioned that the two of you are Ohana.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just happen to be Kamehameha.
Oh, you're a Kamahele too.
Yeah, my mom is Kamahele. My grandfather's Kaloka Kamahele. That's who I learned this from. It's just we Ohana, and it's so funny that we have this same kind of, you know, how it just comes and it resonates in us for some reason. Like it was just taught, but it just comes out and this starts growing. So what we doing, like me and Richard, what was taught to us, right? Those little gems that we teaching these kids, we know will resonate at the right time. We know because we've seen already. The kids that we did when we started, they're all growing, they get families, they all get respect. You know what I mean? Some of them fell to the loop, but no can help because we no can be there 24/7, you know? We're just doing our best to be there when they need help. Come call uncle. No matter you screw up, I still love you. Come, I like talk to you. Because you know what I mean? That's how life is. You can't, oh, you know good, no come by me. No, if someone's need help, you know, they're looking for help. You know, so I learned all that because once upon a time I was kalohe. So I know how it is, you know what I mean? So I know push them. I know I be gentle on that subject, but that's the key. But by doing what we're doing, Richard and me, you know, we're learning about culture, and in fact, farming is awesome because the kids need to know that, and we're teaching them that right now because we live on an island. You know, we need to take care of Ohana, eat better food, stay healthy, work in the island. That's what make you healthy. Look at Richard, he's going to be 80. I just made 68. These guys not going to even keep up with me. Why? Because we work the aina. That's our gym. That's what keep us healthy. So Richie was doing his steward by farming. I do my steward by taking care. And we have other people doing good things too. But I'm just glad that we're doing. That's the thing, you know, doing and never giving up.
Yeah, something really good has come out of that Kamahele family. There's a really good streak through that family. All the people I've met through you, Richard, are doing some really amazing things.
What I bring and what Bruddah Skibs brings and other folks bring, it's part of a whole big picture of aloha.
Because now we're growing, you know. We don't need one army. But if you give me 20, hang on. We rock this world. Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us today, Skibs. That was really interesting hearing about your work and all the
thank
years
you.
already. You've done a lot for our Hawaii Island places and people. And thanks everyone for watching. We will be back in 2 weeks with another episode of Richard Ha's vlog. Ahui ho.
Ahui ho.